1 second. Yeah, so I can do the volume. System, 1 second.
Oh, that's it. Libra. I'm waiting for it.
The college mandate has and will continue to meet the educational and social needs of the community. The college boasts 4 prestigious schools: the School of Professional and Community Development, the School of Liberal Arts and Education, the Nationally Accredited School of Business, and finally, our world-renowned School of Science, Health, and Technology.
What a student can gain by coming to Medgar Evers College and being part of the School of Science, Health, and Technology is an experience of excellence in teaching. We are solution-focused, student-centered, and we are teaching our students to be people of change, people that are driven. We provide our students with the opportunity to do research on a local, national, and international level.
I came to Medgar Evers by word of mouth, and it was the building that attracted me at first. And when I came to the building, I thought, well, yeah, this is the place I need to come. At first, I did not know exactly where I wanted to go within the major. So, but I knew I wanted to do something in science and in health. I met several professors here, spoke to them, and they showed me what to do, and now I know exactly what path I want to take.
Did you know that Medgar Evers College has more than 26 degree seeking programs to choose from?
The School of Business at Medgar Evers College is one of 5 business schools in the City University of New York system. However, we are one of 2 that are actually accredited. And if you want to study business and understand business in an urban context, or public administration in an urban context, we're better than the Harvard. Obtaining a business degree is one of the most sound investments that one can make. In all of our degree programs, there is a required internship component. We have a number of professional organizations that we are affiliated with, that we actually have chapters on campus. This provides students with networking and scholarship opportunities well beyond graduation.
Medgar Evers is one of those hidden secrets, and I think if you've ever heard anything bad about it, you need to stop and come here and see for yourself. The college is located in the 4th most populous city in the U.S., just minutes away from the Barclays Center, a stone's throw from the beautiful Brooklyn Botanical Gardens, the Brooklyn Museum, and the Lush Acres and Prospect Park.
Education at Medgar Evers College covers a wide range, so it gives us that breadth and depth. So you have all these different cultures coming together, and there's no other place that can do this work as Medgar. Our degree programs in the education department are dual certificates. They general ed with that, it gives students more adaptability. So oftentimes before they even graduate, a principal will call and say, who's graduating this year? Oh, I knew this particular student. And they will tell you in a heartbeat, like your teacher.
I would recommend Medgar Evers College to anyone who wants to be a teacher at all. I mean, the education department staff is fantastic here. They've been helpful every step of the way.
Medgar Evers College is economically reasonable. Did you know that 80% of SUNY students graduate debt-free? This school is a gem.
So welcome to Courage.
Welcome to Strength.
Welcome to Fortitude.
Welcome to Medgar Evers College.
All right, good morning, everyone. That was just a short intro about our college, just so you guys can learn a little bit more about us, who we are, and we're located right here in Central Brooklyn. At this time, as we move on, again, we want to say thank you to parents. Let's put our hands together for parents who are here today. Thank you, students, for sharing your Saturday morning and waking up super early to get in here. I hope you guys get some fun treat at the end of the day by your parents. Again, my name is Randall Keela. I'm the Program Coordinator, Educational Specialist of the Science and Technology Entry Program. I just wanted to introduce myself, and then I'm going to have our teachers to introduce themselves and just say which school they're from. And once you hear your school, you can give a big shout out for your school. Today we have two schools present. We have New Heights Middle School. And we have MS61. All right, so we can start right over with our teachers, just introducing themselves.
Good morning, everyone. I'm Ms. Black, and I'm from MS61.
Good morning, I'm Ms. Norman, I'm from MS61. Good morning, I'm Ms. Davis, I'm from K722, New Heights Middle School.
Good morning, I'm Dr. Y, MS61.
We also have some PTA and parent coordinators in the house. Can all parents introduce yourself? Yes, we're gonna put you guys on the spot. Just say your name and what school you represented. Oh, nice to meet you, Darius. 61. I'm gonna come right next there. Just say your name. Nice. Oh, no. Oh, yeah, you can go.
My name is Chantal, sister.
Oh, nice.
I'm at 61.
Yeah. Over there. Parents? Yeah.
New Heights Middle School.
Nice. More parents? Yeah. Nice. Say my name first. Nice to meet you.
Sonia, New Heights Middle School.
Awesome. Over here.
Evanston Brown, New Heights Middle School.
MS61. This is Benny, a front parent of MS61.
Awesome. She's a proud parent of MS61. One more.
Oh, Mike Theodore, MS61.
Nice. We're always thankful for all your hard work. We're the group of people that always work with your students, especially when Dr. Y, when they go to Albany. And now we will have Mr. John Brown, the director of the STEP program. He will give you a brief history and a little bit about who we are.
Good morning. We are extremely happy to have all of you here this morning. There are many other things that we could have been doing this morning. This is a new event that we are implementing for the first time this year. And the reason we decided that this was important, we had some collaboration, and you'll get to meet him in a few minutes, Dr. Terrence Blackman, the Dean of the School of Science, Health, and Technology, and the Science and Technology Entry Program. We felt that it was important for parents to have some involvement in what we do here at Medgar, and especially in our program. You send your youngsters to us for an after-school program, and we see them, and we are very much concerned about their health, welfare, and their education. So this program is basically to introduce you to what we do at STEP, and for you to have an understanding of what happens here at Medgar. Because today there will be several people from Medgar that will give you some additional information. So as we move along, I would basically like to just give you an overview of the Science and Technology Entry Program. Today is called STEP STEM Saturday. A student, what does STEP stand for? Anyone? Right here? Science, Technology, Entry Program. Science and Technology Entry Program. This program was implemented in 1985. It's funding from the New York State Legislature that put monies together in order for students that live in New York State, grades 7 through 12, to have instruction that will help them to be prepared to become more proficient in science, technology, engineering, and math. And so we were fortunate to be able to write a grant and receive monies for this program. And this program has been in existence at Medgar going back as far as 1993. The second acronym up here is STEM. Who can tell me what that stands for over here? Science, Technology, Engineering, and Math. STEM came into existence in 2009. STEM was implemented by the former President of the United States, Barack Obama, in 2009. STEM education focusing on problem solving, hands-on instruction in the area of science, technology, engineering, and math. And so the whole idea was, instead of teaching each of those subjects separately, that you combine them. And the reason for this was because there was a great void in the number of minority students that were going into those areas. And so that's why we exist. We are a STEP program focusing in on STEM education. Now, we do a whole lot here at Medgar, and I'm just going to give you a brief glimpse into it. We service over 350 students. We are in 2 high schools and 3 middle schools. The 2 high schools are Bedford Academy and Brooklyn School for Math and Research. Now, these are 2 high-functioning high schools here in Brooklyn. We have interaction with them, and we want to start dialogue with parents so that they will know what is available as far as high school, because we're looking at students that are in grades 7 and 8, but high school is right next door. And also, this program is for students grades 7 through 12. So your child has the opportunity of being in a middle school program like this, going on to high school and still continuing it. And then there is a collegiate step program. There shouldn't be any reason why any of these young people, if they continue to be in this step program, that you should not have to pay 1 penny for your child to go to school. There are 52 step programs along the state, and there's 59 collegiate step programs. And there are scholarships available for these students to receive based on their achievement. Now, here at Medgar, we have several activities, and I'll just share a few of them with you. On December the 8th, we have our Spotlight on STEM Student Conference, which is right over in the new science building, that's taking place on December the 8th. We are almost demanding that every child that participates in this program be a part of the STEM science and technology student conference. We also provide our students with instructions on how to do research. And one of those programs that we're very proud of, and the instructor is here today, is Dr. Y from MS61. Every year, we take a group of students to Albany to participate in a statewide poster presentation conference. And every year, mostly at least 90% of the time, we come back with awards. And sometimes more than any other of the schools in New York State, we come back. And we have trophies in our office to show evidence that we have a #1 outstanding program, and we appreciate that through Dr. Wyatt. We also have robotics, and we have a robotics program in New Heights with Ms. Davis. And we're very proud of that. We have a robotics program in Truebar High School. We also have a DNA Day, where we invite students from our schools to come and participate in a DNA Day. We also have an IXL online math tutorial program, and we have that instituted in all of our schools. We also provide tutorial in living environment. We also provide instruction to prepare our students to be able to be competitive in getting into the specialized science high schools. We also have a 6-week summer program. We call it the STEAM Institute. And I think some of these students might have participated last summer. But we will be getting information to you about it. It's 6 weeks, it's concentrated, and we do want to have our students participate. And finally, at all of our closing ceremonies, we provide our students with awards for their achievement. Every child that puts in something and works to the maximum is rewarded for his or her achievement. So you have your students, your child, your children in a great program, and we thank you very much for being a part of it. Dr. Sam Blackman, Dean of the School of Science and Technology.
Good morning, all. Good morning. Let me first thank Randall and Ms. Brown for just doing a wonderful job. I think you said started in 1990.
About 1993 we started.
So 93 and 7, that's 2007 and 18, that's 25 years. These guys have been at this, doing this, and so I just want us to understand that they've been trying to engage young African-American boys and girls, young boys and girls in this community in science for the last 25 years. And I want to just start off by giving them just a round of applause. You know, it's apropos. So we recently had here our employee recognition event, and it turns out that, you know, I've actually worked at Medgar Evers for 25 years. I know I look much younger, but I have worked here for 25 years, and I want to say that, and I brought my colleague here, John Nudiker, to attest to this. I want to say Dr. Nutiker is a professor in the mathematics department who works on partial differential equations and who teaches our courses in calculus here at the college. And you know, I want to say to him, thank you for being a mentor for me when I was a young man. Because for almost 25 years, you see him here. We've been here on Saturdays trying to move the agenda in mathematics, trying to have young people like you in this room kind of engage in mathematics. And so I might not get a chance to do it at some other public event. I just wanted to say thank you, Professor Nutiker, for all the work that he's done here. Yeah, this is a dream for me. This is really a dream. You know, many years ago, I hoped that we would have an event where we would begin to engage with young people at the very early end to talk about the kinds of science that we need in our community, the kinds of problems that need to be solved in our community in a way in which science can play a role. Let me give you an example. Yesterday, I was part of interviewing individuals to work here at Medgar Evers College in our Department of Chemistry and Environmental Science. And so in order for you to work, so we interviewed 6 candidates, and I think it's, you know, I can say this in this room, of the 6 candidates who had the credentials to be interviewed for the job as professor in the School of Science, Health, and Technology in our Department of Chemistry and Environmental Science, only one of them was African American. So in order to work at CUNY, in order to teach in one of these departments in this building, you have to have a doctorate. And so if you don't have a doctorate, doesn't matter how nice you are, doesn't matter how much I want to hire you, I can't hire you. And so I want you young people in this room to understand that I want you to work. It's important for me that you work at Medgar Evers College, but it's important for me, in order for you to work at Medgar Evers College, to tell you that we have to find ways for you to earn a doctoral degree in mathematics, to earn a doctoral degree in chemistry. And not only that, but to go beyond earning the doctoral degree to being an active scholar, to be someone who is creating knowledge in this discipline. That's what we need. So what are the kinds of things that the people we're trying to hire here are doing? Some people have developed molecules that will target cancer cells in some very specific ways. One person is doing some really interesting work. See, we're drinking and we have drinking straws, and sometimes the water has toxins in them. So that person is designing straws so that when you suck the water through the straws, it kind of takes out the toxins in the heavy metals in the water internally in the straws, right? And these are the kinds of things that I know that young people like you think about, and these are the kinds of things that I want to kind of really catalyze. Kind of, you know, when we talked about this, we wanted to ignite STEM curiosity in our families. Because it's not just, the thing is, it's not just young people. The point is, in order to do science, we need the parents to somehow be involved with it, to understand that it's not easy, right? So, you know, if, you know, just a very simple thing. You say, you know, this young man, say your name for me. Leroy. Ryan. So Ryan says, you know, look, Ryan. Yeah, R-Y-A-N. Yes. No, that's okay. That's, you know, that's important, right? You have to say it with Ryan. No, I am Ryan. Yeah. That's the first. I am Ryan, and I am going to be a doctor. Yeah, you have to say it and own it. It's yours. And so when you, so let's say, you know, Ryan stood up and said, you know, tell me, Ryan, what do you want to do? Ryan says, you know, I want to be a physician. And I said, great, because, you know, I've gone to Kings County. I've gone to the one next door to Kings County, downstate. And you know, there are not many young men like you walking around in there as physicians. And I would love to see you as a physician. But then, you know, I have to tell you that in order to be a physician, here's what you're going to have to do. You're going to have to, when you come to college, you're going to have to start in Calculus 1, at least. And so what that means is that all of these other things you're going to have done before you get here. And that's what kills a large number of our students. So many of the students who come to Medgar Evers are quite excited. They know what they want to do. But you see, if you come to the college and your first course in math is, you know, math let's say math, we have sequence 09, 010, 136, 151, then finally calculus 1. So, and about 70% of the students who come to us start in, math 09 or math 010. So let me show you what that means. 09, that's 1 semester. 010, that's the 2nd semester. That's a year. 136, year and a half. 151, pre-calculus, 2 years. Now, finally, in your sophomore year, you're now doing calculus 1 for the first time. At that moment, it's hard to be a math major. It's hard to accumulate the things that you need to do. So it's at this moment, and that's the point that I want to make very strongly for parents in the room and for young people. You don't have to listen to me that much. Your parents will kind of impress upon you. But I hope you listen. This is the point. It's right now that the decision is made about whether or not you will teach in that beautiful building that costs, I don't know, $250 million, that sits right on Bedford and Crown in the community that I expect you to work on. And it's right now that that decision is being made about whether or not you do that. And it's right now that we have to do the kinds of interventions. And as Mr. Brown and Randall said, we've been doing it for 25 years, but we want to do it better. So, this we hope will be a feature of what we do here at the college and what we do here in partnership. And we hope that we can count on your continued support, that young people will come out and listen to things about science, and we will try to create the kind of interesting, we'll bring the people in who we think can kind of ignite their curiosity. And today we have one example of that kind of thing. So one really interesting partnership that Medgar Evers is a part of, and this is the kind of thing that, again, I'm really pitching to the young people in the room. Medgar Evers, because it is an institution that serves a predominantly underserved community, in order for us to kind of boost what we do here, the state has sort of partnered with Medgar Evers and given us some facility to work with high-tech startup companies in the Brooklyn Navy Yard. Anyone ever been to the Brooklyn Navy Yard here? Yes, 2, 3. Have you seen what's happened in the Brooklyn Navy Yard? There's been a real explosion of science in the Brooklyn Navy Yard. So there are a number of really wonderful jobs that are available for smart, talented young people who have been trained. And one of those companies, Representative James is with us today. They're a group called Nanotronics. Does anyone know what the meaning of nano? When you say nano, what it means something that's really big or something that's really small? Yes, something's really small. And so, what these guys do, has anyone ever heard of artificial intelligence? Yeah, so exactly. So these guys are an artificial intelligence company that tries to manufacture things in a very kind of small and compact way. And there are things going on there that we have not even heard about. And so part of what we are trying to do is to engage you in some of that conversation, engage our community in some of that conversation, and in particularly engage some of our young people in that conversation. And so today, in our sort of inaugural kind of thing of this, I'd like to welcome our speaker from Nanotronics, Mr. James Williams. Okay, very well. So it's already there.
My fingers are cold.
He's a bit nervous there. Yeah.
I'm gonna have to dance a little to get it going.
Maybe we could. So, ladies and gentlemen, Nanotronics.
Might have to bring down the lights.
Yeah, we can take the lights down.
So, Nanotronics, we started about 8 years ago in Ohio. We manufacture all of our products now in Hollister, California, which is about 3 hours south of San Francisco and right in the middle of garlic and cherry country in California. So you see rows and rows and rows of cherries and smell garlic. It's a very bizarre feeling. But this summer we will be opening our second factory here in the Brooklyn Navy Yard. Right now we're in a place called New Lab, which is the first new rehab building in the Navy Yard. It's building 128, which is where they built the USS Missouri, the USS Arizona, and you can see, we have a little video later where they build all the ships and then they move it out to the dock and then they build all the engines and all the mechanical and then they move it and drop it in there. So it's incredible to be part of this legacy. I grew up all the way down in Marine Park, so there was no trains down there still, so it's been around the corner here for a while as well. So I have a lot of municipal pride for a project like this. It's my grandparents' old with all the Brooklyn Dodgers, and they come and see them on this site actually back when it was Evans Field. So a long, long Brooklyn history, and I have a background in photography first. I do not have a doctorate, unfortunately, and I made my way through a lot of creative industries on the way to understanding how much science, technology, and engineering, mathematics touch everything. And so you'll see here it says, combining microscopy, artificial intelligence, robotics, Nanotronics is building the tools today for the factory of tomorrow. Now that's like the simplest elevator pitch we could come up with so far. I mean, sometimes it's really long, sometimes we say we're just a microscope company. What we're really doing is we get to be a part of every factory, every manufacturing process, any potential lab in anywhere in the world. So what really says, we're insanely curious and we want to see everything. So we built a company that allows us to like dig around with everyone and really explore what's possible by taking the convergence of what's available to everyone now and realize the future is actually here. We just have to put it together in the right pieces. So this is one of our tools. This is a typical electronic semiconductor inspection tool. And to go back to what Dr. Blackman was saying, we started as a software company, and then we became vertically integrated. We realized for us to really make an impact, we also had to control the hardware first. We had to understand what was being built by our customers and how we could help them change their process. If you walk into any factory today, or Henry Ford did rather, know exactly what was happening. Why is that the same? Why are people working such tedious, backbreaking jobs 120 years after the Second Industrial Revolution? And so, sorry for the question. And then our goal is to take, first our motto is to build the future, you need to see it. The next step is you have to start to understand what you're seeing, and then you get to start really changing and correcting what you're seeing. Right now, the process really is, oh, it doesn't work, throw it away. How do you actually reduce waste, reduce the size of these factories, make the jobs incredibly creative, and make a affordable, good, well-made product locally to everybody. So, these are some of our customers you may have seen. Google, Waymo does the autonomous cars, so I guess you won't be doing that. Amazon, Rolex is one, Apple. So we get to be a part of everything. But first I just want to talk about like what is a microscope. Can everyone see over here? Or am I in what? Yeah. I know it's wide. So I mean traditionally we might think of something like a microscope like this. Someone hunched over, making notes, slowly like losing their mind, and blind and deaf in some places. But this is our tool. This is what it looks like under the hood. Now, everyone we work with help build the software and the hardware and all these pieces combined. And it's important that every young person, every future employee, every partner we work with understands that it's not just software alone anymore doesn't work the same way. That, oh, come on. So this is another, it's like how do we make and build the software to work with these tangible things? Because everything we're touching goes into the real world. From Tootsie Rolls to toothpaste, to tires, to 3D printed airplanes, to autonomous vehicles, to every part of your phone, to pharmaceuticals, cosmetics, any bit of rubber. I can just keep going on because we get so excited anytime some new process comes to us and some new problem. This keeps going, but this moves about 100 times as fast as that, just so you can see it, this robotics. So we build all this too. And then it moves the sample around it. This is the microscope. This is a microscope. And this is this is showing our software and giving you the confidence score of what the artificial intelligence is telling. Humans are amazing and will always be better than machines at seeing things outside of the patterns. Machines right now are just better at seeing the patterns and picking that up. We don't need to do that tedious work. Let human creativity see something, oh, that's a mistake. No, that's an actual opportunity for us to invent. And that's how invention starts. I think I gotta move this side out of the house. This is another microscope that's, oh, what happened? So this was designed for an aerospace company where they actually had to move you couldn't move the sample or this big airfoil around everywhere, but so we moved the microscope like a forklift. This is another one. What if it's a really big thing? How do you get it under there? This is another wing of an airplane. Well, we'll bring it to you. Why does it, you don't have to take things out of the production setting and waste it and do destructive testing. This is actually just left the Victoria and Albert Museum in London on its way to Sweden. This is more of an art piece version of what our 3D tool does. Now, that's also exciting for us too. We get to fly over, we get to go to London where the first World's Fair started. It was the first time they combined the Science Museum, Portrait Gallery, and the Natural History Museum into one since the beginning, which was I think 1860 or 77, 74. But this tool allows us to take what we're looking at, drop it into a virtual reality set. So you can start to understand things at this scale, at the microscopic scale, at the nano scale. Because before you're looking at, like, what does it really mean? Oh, there's some blood. There's some tissue. That was hair you were just walking on. So it's these skills we actually have from video games actually have real life potential now if everyone is, instead of just running around shooting something or taking someone's car or whatever, you can actually start tagging things that we have. But it makes it go back, and then when you have 1,000, 10,000 of these people playing this and going forward and allowing us to understand, now we have a huge data set that allows us to cure cancer faster, work on regenerative medicine, make smaller, better medicine delivery systems, to make better tires, anything. This is a basal leaf. So this is what you would see at the museum when you walk there. Now, does everyone know 3D printing?
Yes.
Has everyone seen what happens? Has everyone tried 3D printing something?
Well, 3D printers, some 3D printers, you guys will get a chance to do it.
Has anyone seen what happens when it just stops working, it gets clogged, and it just spins around like cotton candy, or it's just done? No. So basically, it's a very old school process where, it made it halfway and it broke it, it stopped, you ran out, and then it's done, you throw it away. You got to start all over, and someone has to come in. Well, we threw some cameras on it, and we re-engineered it, so we can start to understand where there might be a failure. because this is what each layer. You start to understand what's going on here, and you're like, well, this caused a problem later and it's gonna break. This happened. So now we can start being like, okay, now 5 layers later, fix it. Now that's great for a 3D printer, but what can that be for any part of any process? And the skills that outside of what we consider traditional mathematics, science, technology, and engineering can apply here. What we bring from the world. We have such fast computers. We have this ability to have prototypes in small factories in our home. And that's when I get into what is our idea of a factory. I mean, I'm assuming a lot of people just think of it as this hard, back-breaking, dirty work where you go home, take care of your family, and you do this thing. But what happened to all the creativity? You know, this was the World's Fair in I think in the 30s. Albert Kahn designed this, and this was GM's assembly line. Now, this didn't actually ever make it into the GM factory, but why? And all these people can see every step of the process. Now, it's not one huge long line. You're seeing each part coming into the car. It's like nice and open, and it looks like actually a nicer place to work. But this is a factory today. These are some 3D printers. This is a factory, another 3D printer. This is a factory today when vertical farming and these control situations. This is a factory. This is what you get the opportunity to really change how we work by bringing in all these things. Now, I know this looks, I might be dating myself a little bit like Spaceballs or Star Wars. Or how do we actually start to understand what are the tools that are at our disposal? And I think a lot of people hear artificial intelligence, they might have heard some like scary things, it's going to take over like Terminator, or turn us all into paper clips, etc. AI, like all technology, it's just another tool that we have at our disposal. And right now it touches many different things. From these drones, and we call it machine learning. This is kind of where we are now and what the potential of AI is. And this is what we actually do now, from autonomous systems, machine learning, deep learning, neural networks, pattern recognition, natural language processes. And all those words, if anyone's taken a biology class or a neuroscience, all come from based on humans and based on the brain and how we understand learning and development, even mostly as a child. Yeah, that's great, but it's a machine, it's a tool. And how do we allow it to incorporate us, to incorporate this into like our toolbox on a day-to-day basis? And so it lives over that and lets us to be creative and invent and solve the problems instead of saying I have to mark an X here 30,000 times in the next few hours and then maybe I'll get to go to lunch. By the way, lunch was invented just to keep people happy. So this is an example of what a traditional factory setting right now, high like tech on the left. You can see the little guy in the middle making sure everything's going. And this is what's considered feedback. So every little step of the process only talks to the one preceding it. Like, hey, you messed up, do it better. Hey, you messed up, do it better. Hey, you messed up, do it better. By the time you get to here, maybe it seemed fine the whole way. Whoa, you went really off base. Now we have all this wasted product. And in an artificial intelligence system, everything's going straight to the middle. And we'll, for the sake of argument, keep calling it the brain. It's on the left there. Well, she's listening to me, Cortana. Okay. So, and then you have something that's relatively controlled. See how it's all jittery here and all these mistakes? This guy's getting tired. He wants to go home. He's been there for 13 hours straight for the last 7 days. You know, he's got something else to do. Maybe there's a football game on. But, and you see things start to actually change. Very subtly, you'll see even just the order. And that's something that can be corrected with a system that a human might not have seen, but we can say that small mistake isn't a mistake. It's an opportunity for a new invention and for something better. Plus, it then becomes cheaper to do and it's more exciting. So, I'm just going to show you a quick video of what it's like working for us now. I got a couple hundred jobs to fill in the next 5 to 10 years. Building one big factory, I got space all around the Navy Yard 2 on hold, just in case. So you guys all get any questions?
So you guys get the floor to ask whatever questions you want to ask. How much money do you pay?
We pay a pretty good wage.
I know everything is not about money, but
Well, as soon as some of the things get announced, it'll be on the public record. I mean, it's a good wage, and then there'll be some incentives later, hopefully from the state. Yeah. So, I mean, between $60,000 and $180,000, I guess. But is this on the record? A little less sometimes.
How long you say your company is?
8 years.
8 years. So when you do these forms and you work with the STEM programs, you send it to the state
To do this? No, not to do this. This I do out of love.
Because I was just wondering how you write.
No. For some of the programs with CUNY Medgar Evers, we will be getting, we'll be working together. We'll be hiring interns every semester. We'll be working with the Employment Center. We'll be hopefully, we've offered our services up in terms of some classes and curriculum. I don't know if they'll take us. But we're hoping so.
Yeah, if I can jump in on that. So that's part of the official deal, and so it's just that, in a way, the conversations that we had after our formal engagements that sort of said, you know, I'd love that you would be able to come and kind of do community outreach with us. So this is they're on their own time.
This is something we've been looking for a long time, and it's been a great passion of mine to start at the middle school level. So by the time people got to college, they weren't like, you know, I really wanted to do this. Like I said, I most likely would have been an engineer if I had known programs like this were available when I was in 7th and 8th grade. And I worked through photography and marketing and galleries, and then Oh, I love solving problems.
Are you a private company or public?
We are private.
Private company?
Yeah. Yes.
So on this level, what's that educational background? Do you need to have a doctorate to do this type of work?
No, I mean, we have people from every level, GD to high school level to bachelor's or associate's levels to master's, PhD levels. I mean, there's so many jobs available to in a company like this. We decided to be vertically integrated so we can understand, like, so we controlled every part. So, and we do it small, and we could do it and understand the supply chain. So we have machinists, assemblers, electrical engineers. We have a large, like, marketing communications staff. We have a huge R&D department. We have a large software development department. So I mean, it's the only things we don't make are the cameras, the computers, and the optics. The optics have been pretty much the same and slightly perfected over the last 400 years. The cameras get better because there's some of them are our customers. We help them get better. We're not going to limit ourselves. We keep getting a new one that we help make better. Same with the computers. So everything else we make.
It's all based
all the
on
software too.
New innovative scale.
We try to get ahead of everything. So there's times where we put our money where our mouth is because we realize the industry is a little slow in moving somewhere. Other times we try to just make it more affordable and more attractive for the larger companies to take risks on things they might not have. I mean, a tool like this, like a competitor might be many, many millions of dollars. So it's how do we get a foothold everywhere and understand everything. So this industry is doing this could really benefit this one. And so any changes, we have an off-the-shelf solution too. No one ever wants it. They all want something custom. They all want special software too. So it all goes back into the package and we get to see the world.
So you deal with the government contracts?
I don't personally deal with government contracts. Some of our customers might have, but I'm not on the legal side or on the customer side, so I can't speak to that specifically. But we have tools all over the world, if that answers your question.
Here, one in the front. Ryan.
We started in almost 8 years ago. Our CEO got his start as a classically trained composer and jazz pianist, moved to New York, became a Broadway musical producer and poet. I went back to work for the family business who long worked in polymer and rubber industries in Ohio. Ran that company for a while and then went back and got his PhD in applied physics. And we never thought we were going to be like semiconductors was going to be our bread and butter, but they had a lot of money and they needed change all the time. And we took the hardest application we could to make clear things not look clear and focus on it. So we started at the hardest application because of our arrogance maybe and our curiosity. And then we started working our way into everything else. But yeah, and then we're just going to keep growing. Yes?
So you guys are stationed at New Lab right now, right?
We're at New Lab right now, and we got another 6,000 square feet outside a New Lab in the yard.
So is New Lab temporary, or will you guys be there?
No, we're the largest tenant now. The founders of New Lab are investors. We felt we could be more mentors to all of the companies that would have problems scaling production. Like, how can we make it easier and more affordable for them to produce things at scale? So you don't have these Kickstarter-like campaigns where someone raises a bunch of money for a great prototype, and then oh wait, now I have to make 10,000 of these. I don't know how. Where am I going to do it? We didn't ever think we might be the first company to build another factory there. So it's less an incubator in that way, that they want people to come and prototype everything and build around. That's more of the Navy Yards mission because it's the largest manufacturing plot of land in the city. Yeah, so we'll always be there. We work closely together. But we're right next to it. Another question?
For your programming, what programming should you use?
A number of them. This is being live streamed, so I can't really discuss them. I gotta stay competitive. There's a big, huge company building 20 buildings somewhere that I heard about. You know, I gotta be able to get ahead of it.
Is there a school being built on Ellis Island? Is it a college or a high school? Are you guys a part of that?
I'm not aware of that. Do you know that? I know there's a Cornell program on Roosevelt Island.
Roosevelt.
Yeah, but the Navy Yard's building a huge steam center which will open next year too, and it's more like, it's almost like a BOCES type model, I believe.
Roosevelt Island.
No, that's in the Navy Yard. Yeah, and that's
Yeah,
working with a lot of the high
there's
schools
going
now.
to be, one of our PA professors is involved in helping to design a kind of science center, so to speak, in the Brooklyn Navy Yard. So there will be something there for the display of science.
I only know what I read in the paper and hear Brandon like that. But I'm sure Dr. Blanchard can introduce you to the right people at the Navy Yard to talk about those plans. Yes.
Hi, do you do class visits, like government?
Absolutely.
Visits?
Yeah.
You tour the facility?
Yeah, there's an auditorium there too. We can do a tour. We can do like a big event, get the big screen up. Yeah, we do that often. Yeah, and it's nice too to work with New Lab too, not just us, because you get to see all the different companies and the 3D printing lab and the machine shops and all the wonderful other companies there that we're lucky to be neighbors with. Yeah, so anytime. Boy Scouts, our office manager actually worked with a program that worked with the schools at the Intrepid, and once a year she brings the class through for a few days. Any other questions?
Hearing none, let's thank the speaker once more. We'll be happy to have you lots of times. Well, I think you're So I think that's a quick example of what we hope will be a regular feature, and you guys get to start it off, and hopefully you will be here as we go forward in the future. Our plans are to have something like this happen once or twice every semester, and so, you know, I think given the attendance today, so the point is this room is really effective for, you know, doing slide decks and things of that sort. But it's clear that I think we've had a more overwhelming response to the idea than, so maybe the next time we will try to have a slightly bigger space. So I hope it's not too hot, and I hope we're okay. So if we're okay, then we can continue to. Yeah, so I think I'm going to invite Rendell back to kind of give us a sense of where we go from here. So we're thinking that you might want to see our lovely building. I'll let it go.
All right. Let's put our hands again for Mr. James Williams.
Hearing his name clear.
James Williams.
Yes. At this time, before we move forward, I just wanted to give a opportunity so that you guys can actually not only see Mr. James Williams, but I didn't tell this young man that he would have an opportunity to present his research he did last year, and he participated at the state level. So you guys are going to learn a little bit about what he did with a 3D printer. And this is Sharon Backus. He's a graduating senior. So he's going to just share quickly about his research that he did.
Hello everyone, my name is Sherwin. Yeah, so last year I actually worked with the STEP program. I was an intern, and I actually learned a lot through the program, and they exposed me to a 3D printer. At first, like, it was like a brand new printer. Nobody knew how to work it or anything like that. So on the first, I said, okay, I have a goal, I'm gonna learn how to operate it. So from that day forward, I took out a manual and I read it. I studied it from the front to the back, and I worked on it, and then I understood every single part, how it functions and everything. And then I'm actually part of a program called STEAM, like that was spoken about earlier, and they taught us how to work with additive manufacturing and how to create 3D models. So I was able to sketch and create a turbine. It was able to harvest both wind and water energy. I also created 2 motors, which were DC, which stands for direct current. So they were like batteries, they can charge batteries. And I also created the wind turbine, which was it's called alternating current. So it's like, you know, like how we have like electricity from like wind turbines all the way up in like the world, like away from society and stuff like that. I made it so that we can actually bring those to urbanized areas. Yeah, and so how much of you guys are actually interested into like 3D printing and stuff like that for the future? Well, this program actually offers like you can actually learn and you can actually work hands-on. So it's not like most programs where they tell you you're gonna, work and then that's it. You're actually gonna be able to actually learn. And Mr. Randall and Mr. Brown will be there and they will help you in the program.
Tell them about you're working on for the next project.
Oh, and the next project I'm working on, we're designing a prosthetic arm. That's, and it's the way it works. It's going to function with the muscles you have in your body already. So a lot of people believe that once this part is gone, like there's no attachment or anything like that. But you can actually attach it right here, and you can pick up, like because the muscles are still here, you can pick up from sensors, and you can actually have it.
Let's put our hands again. The reason why, one of the biggest things that we do, a lot of people brag about their sons going and play NFL and football and doing all that stuff, which is okay, especially in our community. But one of the things that we do at STEP, we brag about the greatness and the abilities that our students possess. And without that, we need to move our community forward. Traditional jobs, they're going, like, for real. It's tough, every time you go to Target, it's less people to interact with, self-checkout, you go everywhere, and we're moving in a place where the traditional jobs and the things that we thought would have brought us security, financial security, will no longer be there. So we need to start exposing our students on your children, the things that can make them marketable in the future. And this is why we're here. We're here to expose you guys, not only to consume, but also to manufacture and create. So you guys can be the people that we come to, and in the next future, who knows? In the near future, you guys can be standing in front of a group of students sharing that how about this opportunity may have changed your life, or even open up your mind to something new. So don't just be here, just think about it. Let one thing stand out. Just stop. There's a lot being said today. There's a lot of information, but just stop and think about what can I take from this. Instead of like just playing the video games, like what makes it work? Instead of like always buying the newest sneakers, like why is this cool? What about the colors are so cool? Or why is this so, why everyone want this? Why can I create better material to make sneakers or something like that? Think about clothing, fabric. That's all ways in which STEM is at work. Creating better, sustainable sources of stuff that we can all harvest. Everything that we use, everything that we touch, everything we enjoy, there's some part of STEM playing a role in it. From baking of bread, the yeast rising, the bread, the dough raising, that's just STEM at work there. So everything that we do, STEM has always been a part of our lives. It will continue to be a part of our lives, and as we move into the future, it's actually taking over our lives, you know. Just 10 years ago, the computer came to our phone. Just 10 years ago, we had iPhones, you know, and it came out, and now I can't move or do anything without my phone, you know. It's like my banking, I don't even use a wallet, my card, everything is on that, you know. It's just, things are changing, you know. Some people don't even walk with cash anymore, you know. Things are truly changing. And this is not an opportunity only for students, but also we have opportunities for the adults. And today we have Ms. DeCarla Anderson, and she will share about some adult and continuing educational opportunities we offer here at Medgar Evers College that not only students can participate in, but also parents can in their advancement. So let's just welcome DeCarla as she comes.
Good morning, everyone.
Good morning.
I'll take just a few minutes of your time. I ran over from Carroll Street Building where we were organizing programs and getting our students settled to come over to share with you very quickly about some of the opportunities and trainings we have available in continuing education. I am the programs coordinator in Continuing Ed. I oversee the smooth operation of all of our programs, excuse me, varying from whether it's GED, medical billing, any one of our trainings that we offer, especially either on weekends or in the evenings from 6 to 9 p.m. And so, what I'm about to share with you is it's not uniquely designed for yourself. You may have a family member or a friend that you'd like to refer to the program. I'd like to leave some materials with you, and if you have any questions about it afterwards, feel free to reach out. So, this is our catalog, our fall semester catalog. We've started classes already actually for October. We started the first week in October, and our fall will continue through December. Some classes are still in session, and others are getting ready to start towards the end of November. So if you are interested, you can still register for the fall classes. These are the catalogs that I'll be sharing just a few to share with you. And of course, inside are various courses ranging from our allied healthcare courses in the front section to our technical and other areas, whether it's the computer classes or any of the other trainings that you might be interested in. And then in addition to that, this is our flyer promoting our allied healthcare courses, which of course continuing education is actually known for. We are the arm of the college that promotes certificate training, especially allied healthcare training. So we're talking about the certified phlebotomy training, EMT, EKG. Any of these allied healthcare trainings are available in our department. And of course, all you'll need to register is a high school diploma or a GED. If you already have college credits, that's as well acceptable. But it's a very simple process. When you come to continuing education, you'll find we are mirroring the college in terms of the responsibilities and duties in that department. We are the bursar, the admissions office, financial aid, all wrapped up in one. And we make it very simple for you. It's a matter of calling in, making an appointment to come in to see one of our specialists, myself. And it's from there, it's just a matter of coming in, bringing in your proof, your, as I said, GED or high school diploma, and a simple registration form will get you enrolled in one of these courses. So again, if it's not for yourself, it might be for a family member or a friend. And then, as we talk about financial aid, we're talking about non-traditional financial aid, because of course, continuing education This is the area where you pay out of pocket for these courses. These are trainings that are geared towards employment, not geared towards a degree. So you'll be looking at out-of-pocket costs, and one of the opportunities we have available to help you cover that cost is the Helena Rubinstein Scholarship Fund. This fund will pay up to 90% of the cost of your tuition. So again, this is information that we would normally share with you once you come in to inquire about the program, and it's part of our financial assistance to you. In addition to this, there's a payment plan that is available. We can customize it according to your needs in terms of how you're able to make your payment, and that is something we can discuss in detail because it is unique to every person. Okay? And then, this is one of our unique programs. It is a paralegal program. It is an online offering in partnership with the Legal Institute. We offer we monitor the training online, and then we ensure the certification. This partnership with the Center for Legal Studies is to ensure that their professors online are giving you the best service, the best assistance, and the best tutoring for this certification. It is, like I said, a partnership. We will still be able to process you in our office, ensure the same payment situation applies to this, and get you through to the end of the training. And then another partnership that we are proud of is the longevity program, where you're able to do this course. It's a brick and mortar course. This is the wedding and events planning for people who are planning to go into their own businesses. You may be doing it already, organizing parties, birthday parties, helping to, set up weddings and so on. This is the certification that you need to definitely be a business owner and someone in charge of such an operation. And again, these are all available in Adult and Continuing Education Department. We are located, if you're interested in taking out information, our address, 1534 Bedford Avenue. We're right above the East Bank at the corner. And our telephone number is 718-804-8850. You choose to contact us. So, this is pretty much my quick packet that I pulled together for you today. And for those of you who might be interested, I will be leaving these at a strategic point where everyone will be able to help themselves to information. And so, I'm keeping my promise not to take up too much of your time. You have a question for me? If not, you have our contact information. When you get ready to share with your family and friends, let them know this is the department that is in the non-credit area. It is certification only, training towards employment, not a degree program. The degree area, it is in the main campus, and of course you'll get all of that information when that time and is right in program. For now, this is to help out those friends and family members who either already have their degree and just need a certification to complement that degree, or for someone who's not yet completed their degree and just needs a quick job to get through, the finances and all that stuff before they complete their graduation. So we're here to assist. Feel free to contact us. And if there are no questions at this point, I am pretty much out.
Thank you, Ms. Anderson. Our main focus today was not only to share new information with our students, but also to encourage our parents and family members, guardians, for their improvement and for their enrichment, let's say enrichment, and making it our community better. At this time, what we will do We will take you guys on a quick tour of our campus, just 2 buildings. Most of you guys may have heard of Medgar College, but have not really seen much of it. So we will be walking with you guys and just take you through to the library and then over to the science building. One of the things we will ask of you guys, there's still classes in session, so you guys gonna have to save questions to after we leave a specific area. And one of the things is that you can leave your stuff here or you can walk with your stuff. There will be people remaining here. So it will be quick, and then after that, we come back here and we will say, celebrate, and all you guys can head home after that. So we will just go take a quick tour. I will be there. Yes, we will be going a quick walk across the building.
Yeah,